Hey, what is up, everybody? I am Existential Turtle on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer, and I like to play video games and talk about stuff. So today is another one of my short streams because work is kind of messing with my ability to stream as much as I want. It does that a couple of days a week. So yeah, today's just going to be another casual Destiny day where I just grind out some more levels, just play around, hopefully maybe have some good conversations with people in my chat. But if it just so happens that nobody ends up in my chat, then I'll just do my best to have a good time and enjoy myself, because that does happen from time to time, especially on my short streams. But in any case, yeah, I'm already loading into a match of Gambit because there's a daily and a weekly going for Gambit right now. So 3 Gambit matches for the weekly, 1 Gambit match for the daily. So all it takes is participation, so I can just chill and just have a casual, good old fun time. That's the fun thing about Destiny. You don't have to get too invested. It's just like, yeah, I'll play it when I'm in the mood. And you can play it for a short amount of time and put it down and no huss or fuss. Whereas other games I get super invested in and I want to keep playing them, and it breaks my heart when I can't. Like if I had started Mass Effect Andromeda, for example, like something I wanted to do, I would be really bummed out if I only had like an hour and 45 minutes to play that game. Because I don't feel like I'd be able to really do that much. Like maybe one mission? Like those kind of games tend to be much more engrossing and time involving. At least in my opinion. Alright, so let's see. While that does that, let's just make sure everything looks good. Oh, I forgot to mute my computer. There we go. Just in case. I doubt anything bad will come through, but yeah, never know. I think it might pick up some of the audio, or might somehow cause an echo. Could do a lot of different things. Alright, so if I'm going into Gambit, I don't think Gambit has light level advantages, but I'm not sure. Let's take a look real quick. PvP level advantages enabled. Okay, so I should try to be as high a light level as possible. So I'll probably just stick with what I have equipped. Yeah, probably. Just so I'm not at too much of a disadvantage. I mean, I'll still be at a disadvantage because the vast majority of people that play this game, unfortunately, play it a lot more than I do. So they're much higher light level than I am, so they're already at an advantage simply because of that. Which is great for them. Like, nothing wrong with that. But, like, damn. I don't have the time to put into this game that some people do. Like, literally, what you see, like, what people see on stream is the extent of the time I put into Destiny. So, like, 4 hours a week? Pretty, like, maybe? And that's not even every week. Because every week's a little different. So I don't have to do short streams multiple days every week. Sometimes it's only 1 day a week. So on those days where I don't have to do a short stream, I don't play Destiny.
All right,
it's funny how that works.
Ready to see what you're
I
fighting
love Gambit
today?
though. Super fun.
Falling on the horizon.
I don't really like that little cutscene. It's kind of annoying and repetitive.
Be notorious.
But I love the game mode itself. Let me out of here. I don't want to fight these people. They're crazy. They're crazy. Yeah, let me out of here. Let me out of here. Okay, here we go.
Lock and load, hotshot. Get those moats to the bank.
I don't have any moats, but I will get them to the bank when I get them. Let's see. Ooh. Servitors. Didn't expect to see a servitor. There we go. Boom. Boom. Explode. Ah, not me. Crap, I wasn't talking to myself. I hate those tracer shanks. They're terrible. Like, they do so much damage. And they're so frighteningly accurate. Like, frighteningly accurate. Whee! Alright, just use my shotgun as much as I don't want to waste all the ammo. Wow, he survived a shotgun blast to the face.
Hostiles
That's impressive.
incoming at the slums.
Like, that's genuinely impressive. I almost didn't want to kill him because I think he had earned his right to live. Oh. God, I hate the way they move. So hard to predict. Damn. Alright, here we go. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, I'll go for the revive. There you go. I'm a team player. Oh. Is he AFK? He's AFK, so he's just gonna die again. Cool. Woo! I'm not gonna revive that guy because I think he's AFK. And it would be pointless. Run away, those are Tracer Shanks. Tracer Shanks, no shank you. Haha. Large blocker deposited.
Shax would never let you do that. Enjoy this. Your allies invading the other side.
Poopy McPooperson. Lop. Anything else up here? Just a couple of these little dudes. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Yeah. Alright, there we go. He survived. Fascinating. I don't know what to make of this.
Your invader's back. One kill.
Aren't a lot of bad guys over here. I think the field is gonna shift. So I'm gonna try to shift with
Incoming
it.
hostiles at the canal.
Hey! I've played this before because I just successfully predicted that. Now if I can get my super, yes! Then maybe I can make some ground shake here. But I'm not wearing my chest piece because it lowers my light level. So not as much as I would like. Not bad. One more for 15. I'll never get there in time. Wow, he can take some bullets. Boom, 15. Let's go deposit this shiz. Knowing my luck, this, hey, never mind. I was gonna say knowing my luck, fucking, Taken would just spawn. Oh, hey,
right?
speak of the devil. Like the millisecond I did it. Where are you? There you are. I'm trying to help you out, bud. There we go. I just opened up the bank for you. You're welcome.
Portal's up. Go take
Ooh,
him out.
I'll go through the portal. Where's the portal? There's the portal. I'll happily go through the portal. Portals are fun.
You're invading. Make a mess.
Let's see if I can kill anybody.
Guardian down.
Ah, I killed myself. I got two of them and I killed myself. Eh, you know what? I still killed two of them. I thought there was still one alive, so I fired the second shot and the grenade launcher killed me. But I killed two of them without even trying. That was pretty awesome. It was pretty hardcore, actually. I wish it had been deliberate because it would have been far more impressive. It was not deliberate, though. At all. There we go. Boom. Boom. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Grenade fodder. Thank you. Whatever. Let him go.
You're nearly there. Fill the bank. Get that primeval up.
Oh, we can summon a primeval. I'm gonna die. Oh, okay, if there had been a Tracer Shank, I would already be dead. Alright, let's go summon the primeval. Why not?
Primeval's up. Kill it to win.
Why not?
Find Taken headed to the other side.
should probably hold on to my heavy until after the enemy team has an invader, because they always invade. Why wouldn't they? It's the smart thing to do if the enemy team gets an invader. You invade that team and you do your best to F with their life. Oh, there's people in here with me. Ha! Alright, wish I'd noticed that. C'est la vie.
That primeval's compromised.
Still
Hit it
kicking
with
butt.
everything you've got.
Do we have an invader? Yes, we do.
Watch your back. Invader
Where?
incoming.
I don't see the invader. Wait, he's over here.
Invader down. Free to hunt.
Okay, they got him. Well, nobody got him. He killed himself. Ow. Well, I'm dead. Hey, the enemy team has 69 points. Let's get a shout out to 69.
Invader on the field.
Best number in the
Careful.
world. Alright, I have no idea where this invader is, because I was dead when he spawned in. I see him.
Invaders.
I got him.
Keep pushing. Portals up. Go look him in
I
the eye.
got him. He killed my teammate, so I just let him kill my teammate, and then I popped in with a little bit of extra damage. Alright, I am going to switch out to my Raiden Flux, which I should really infuse that thing at this point, so I'm not lowering my light level. But if we're going to stand a ghost of a chance...
You're in the lead. Take down that primeval, and this Gambit's yours. You're being invaded. Find them before they find you.
So I'm surprised I haven't already been hit by a rocket or something.
Portals up. Go look him in the eye.
I'm running away just because I don't know where the invader is. He's here, I just don't know where. Okay.
Invaders
And he got two people at the last second. That is like, yeah, we've lost the round basically. I don't know, maybe not, but no, we lost the round. It happens.
I gotta call it. Enemy team melted their primeval.
Hey, good for them. That was a good move. That guy fired a rocket the last second and got two people. I think that's what won them the match. I really do. So good on you, whoever that was, because I didn't read your name or memorize
Your team
it
sucks.
or care.
Just do better.
But yeah, good on you. Good on you.
Get ready for transfer.
I might as well participate in the stupid dancing. There we go.
Back to action, hotshot. Be notorious.
Whee! Whee!
Hostiles incoming. Hit the slums.
Whee! Alright, so we got the slums. Story of my life. Boom. Woo! Just wiped out most of these dudes. Alright, let's go summon a medium blocker. Why not? Normally I'd save up for a large blocker, but I got 10 like immediately. So let's go send a knight.
You just hit the other side with a taken knight. That'll keep him.
Nothing wrong with the taken knight. It's not an ogre, but it's still good. Let's see. Wow.
Incoming
There's
hostiles at the canal.
there's 4 guardians right here punching that one dude. That's kind of messed up.
I spot a high-value target.
Ooh,
Give 'em
HVT.
hell.
Where? Is that you? I don't think that is you. Oh, I'm dead. If there's any Tracer Shanks, I'm dead. Oh, I can't dodge. Apparently I don't have it. Ah! Get away from my teammate. For some reason I'm loyal to him and I don't know why. So get away from my teammate. Let's go see if I can deposit this large ogre. Got you.
Large blocker to the other side.
Invasion
Portal's
portal?
ready.
Yeah,
Grab
sure.
your gun.
I'll do that. Why not? Could be
This
fun.
is what the Taken feel. Revel in this. That's one.
One, two.
10 seconds.
He killed
to pull you
himself?
back.
What happened there? Oh, they're all hiding back. Ah, sad. Okay, well, I killed a couple of them. I popped a super to do it, so that's not exactly ideal.
Invaders out. You'll get them next time.
That's why I couldn't find all of them, because one of them was over here on our side, on Earth 2. I was on Earth 2 and they were on Earth 1, which of course is our Earth. Sure, I'll be okay, whatever. I was gonna be a good teammate. Why are you all dead? How did that happen? I was gonna be a good teammate, but I don't know. Alright. That captain, he's the only one that I've got eyes for. Where are you? There you go. First rule of prison. You find the biggest guy you can and kick his ass. Oh, and then all the little guys gang up on you and kick your ass. But, you know, small price to pay. Boom. Boom.
Get it.
Woo! I'm just eating these orbs, or whatever they are, motes.
High value target escaped. Hostiles incoming at the slums.
Where are the slums? I just need one more moat. That's literally all I needed. Time to run away. That's literally all I needed.
Watch your back.
Oh, and I'm
Invader
dead as
incoming.
balls because there's an invader and I have 15 effing moats. So I'm dead. I can already hear him chasing me. Like, there's no way I'll survive. He's chasing me hard. Woo!
Invaders off the
Wow, I got away from the invader. He was chasing me like the entire time. God, that's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, 15 moats, bitch.
You sent a Taken ogre to the other side. Don't tell the Vanguard. Portal's ready. Grab your gun. Allies headed to the other side.
Oh, I wanted to go through the portal. Alright, whatever. I wanted to give them a little payback for that, the little runaround they just gave me. That was not the fun kind of exercise. That was the, oh my god, somebody's about to shoot me in the back with a shotgun kind of exercise. Ooh, HVT. Alright, get over here. There.
Your invaders
Nice.
back. 2 kills.
Ah, I missed. Ooh, let's try this. Ah! Where are you? Ah! I got 15. Oh, now I just gotta survive. Survive. Run. I'm never gonna make it before they summon something.
No primeval yet. Fill the bank.
Wow. That's shocking.
Just sick to
I didn't
take
think
an
I didn't
ogre
think there was a
fellow
chance in hell I'd make it
I
before
can hear 'em scream.
before something got deposited. I've been a Grandmaster Moat Depositor in this match. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing the final tally. I've done at least, like, 5 ogres this match. Like, 4 or 5 ogres, something like that. So I'm very curious to see just how many I
30
deposited.
seconds. Finish strong.
Maybe 4. 5 seems a bit crazy. But I'm curious. Thought I saw purple ammo. You. I punch harder.
Bank those moats if you got them. Your enemy called up a primeval. They kill it. They win this. Portal's ready.
Of course they
Grab
summoned
your
up a
gun.
primeval. Why wouldn't they?
You're nearly there. Fill the bank. Get
I
that
might as well
primeval
deposit
up.
these. It's going to be my last chance to deposit any modes.
Incoming hostiles at the canal.
There, send over a tiny little ogre. Ooh.
Your allies invaded.
Oh, I wanted to go. Man, I had to go for the heavy ammo like an idiot.
Not out of this yet. Kill that primeval.
Alright, well, we just got to burn down the primeval.
You're ahead.
Let's just see what we can do.
Invader incoming. Your team's behind.
Horrible time for an invader.
That primeval's compromised. Hit
So
it
I'm
with
just going to
everything
run
you
away and try not to get killed by the invader. I don't care if I get killed, just not by the invader.
got. Portal's ready. Grab your gun.
Of course it was the invader. The only thing I was trying to avoid. It's literally the only thing.
Invader's gone. Get him next time.
We only have 3 people on our team?
Lost the lead.
Huh.
Burn that primeval.
This might explain a
down.
little bit. The fact that we're doing as well as we are, though,
Headed to the other side.
is really shameful then for the enemy team. Because we're down a man and we're going toe to toe with them. They're gonna win. But like, we got our primeval summon at the same
Invaders
time.
here. Brace yourself.
That's crazy. Actually, I think we summoned our primeval maybe a few seconds before them. I don't remember. Like, I don't remember.
Invader's dead. Keep pushing.
Boop. We're not gonna win. At least I doubt we're gonna win, so I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. So, might as well pop everything. So we're about to lose. Might as well go out in style. Oh. Or jump off a cliff.
Invader incoming.
Oh yeah, they're about to win. There you go.
Faster.
Don't revive me, idiot! I don't want to die. You're gonna revive me into the invader? Don't do that. Rude. How rude. I deposited 99 motes. That is crazy. I deposited 99 motes. Hanny B, welcome to the stream. I'm not even really sure what's happening either. I'm just having fun. I'm just trying to have as much casual fun as I can in the short time I can play video games today. Did everything like how did things work out with your cars? Did you guys figure any of that out of curiosity? And yeah, I'm playing a game mode called Gambit. So it's basically like PvP. You just shoot each other. Only like there's a lot of different like wrinkles and rules, like little strategies that you can use to get ahead. His is fixed, mine isn't yet. Ah, well at least he had one car working. Wasn't his the one that the windows just wouldn't go up, which is like the easy fix of the two? Like in comparison, that would be the easy fix. Ooh, 572. Ah, okay, yeah. So it makes sense that would, at least you have a car you can actually park somewhere and not have to worry about somebody stealing it. So there's that. Well, I'm glad at least that guy worked out. So now it's just inconvenient for you guys to get around, but you can do it. So how's your day going today then? Yeah, you get anything good written? Do any good work? Have any good fun? I don't really get to have a lot of fun in my life, so I have to hear about other people's fun in order to make me feel better. Because all I did was work from midnight on. Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I bookmarked your your WordPress yesterday, so I'm looking forward to reading some of that. There it is. Oh, you reviewed 7 Days to Die. I actually want to play that. I've never played that, but I really want to. Yeah, there's a bunch of those I'm going to have to read. Very curious on your opinions. Alright, so let's see. Another match. Let's see what I have to do for the next match. Well, that's something else. Yee. So that's not happening. Defeat Guardians. Win 2 matches, or 2 rounds in a row. I lost both in a row, so I did the exact opposite. Looks like that's the only real bounty. Deny motes from any enemy guardians. It's possible. I'm gonna tell you right now, Hanny, my back hurts. My back really hurts. I've been working all day and I just barely got home. And I am physically dead. My bones ache. Like, everything hurts. Like, sitting is heaven right now, but everything hurts. And I don't like it. It's not one of those hurts because you did a good day's work kind of thing. No, it hurts because I hate my job.
All right. Let's see what we've got. Cabal on the field.
Hopefully I can make some good lunch later and that'll cheer me up.
Let's be
After I finish my stream, I'll make some good food.
Red Legion and Loyalists are the only Cabal left in the system. Hunt 'em in.
Oh, he's got a chicken. That's adorable. He's got a weird mask. That looked really cool, actually.
Grab the moats, drop 'em in the bank.
Alright, so we just gotta do 2 more of these Gambit matches, and then we can go to something that's not PvP. Because, while I enjoy PvP, I don't always want to play PvP. The only reason why this is the better version of PvP is because it has combination PvP, PvE, so it's a little bit of both. Oh, I shotgunned you in the back. I'm so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. That poor guy. Alright, let's see if I can get even remotely as many motes as I did last match. Probably not. I got 99 motes. I don't think I'll ever beat that. Oh, I'm gonna die. Run away. Just run away. Don't even look. Dodge! Never stop running! Holy crap, how am I alive? Alright, back out into the fray. As the fray always says, it's how to save a life. Ooh, I need one more.
Hostiles inbound at the beach.
Yes, I got it. Alright, time to summon a big blocker to the enemy team. Provided I don't die in the... Oh, yeah, that's not going to happen. Oh, time to hide. Okay, time to run. It's time to run. I'm being chased. Ah!
Invaders
Okay.
off the field.
There's so many taken. God. How are we supposed to fight that? Alright, let's deposit an ogre. Let's see if that works.
Just sick to take an ogre on fellow guardians.
God, that was
And hear him
terrible.
scream.
Oh, I have no ammo. Crap. Oh, that's a Colossus. Oh, I'm dead. Oh boy. I have no shame. I'll
Incoming
run.
wave at the ruins.
I'll happily run. Hello. Ow, ow, ow. Stop hurting me. Oh yeah, you want to hurt me? I'll hurt you back. Nope, I don't have that power. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go.
Invader incoming.
And another invader. Cool.
Portals
Well,
up.
at least the invader didn't kill me. So I'll take it. It's not what I would have liked to have happened, but it's better than dying at the hands of the invader.
Your allies invading.
In fact, I'm gonna hide until the invader's gone. Who he's coming for me, by the way.
Invaders
There
out.
we go.
You'll get them next time.
If we activate the portal, then I think we'll stand a chance. Because I'll run through, pop my super, and hopefully kill a couple of them. So God knows if that'll
Your
happen.
invaders back. No kills on either side.
Explode already.
Team's got a prime evil. Once it dies, they win. Portals ready.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go through the portal before Howlin' Wolf.
Hostiles at the trees. Embrace the darkness. Take out those guards.
Reload. Let's do this. One.
Come
Wow!
back with a
A
bigger
mid-air rocket.
I'm recalling.
That's ridiculous. Like, the odds of them actually hitting me were so astronomical that that's almost bullcrap. I respect it, but like, that's almost bullcrap.
Portal is primed. Lock it.
I mean, that's one of the things I don't like about PvP and Destiny is
Allies
too many
invading
one-hits.
the other side.
You know, too many things that'll just melt you immediately. Almost makes it unfun. Almost. I mean, it's still fun. But it's fun, but it can just be so
Kill the
frustrating
bank,
as a
you get
result.
prime evil. Your invader is down. Pulling them back.
Come on, just
You'll summon a
explode
prime evil.
already.
You wanna win? That's how.
Well, say la vie.
Portal's up.
I'm definitely not doing as well this match as I did last match. I did really good last
Still
match.
Burn that prime
Without even
evil to
trying,
the
I did
ground.
really good last match.
Allies invading the other
And
side.
this match I'm
Prime
trying,
evil
and I'm doing very
compromised.
poorly.
Focus your fire. Invader inbound. Hunt.
And there's an invader. Wish I knew where the invader was, because then I could actually make a stand.
Invaders gone.
All right, they're
Get 'em
gone.
Next time. Portal's up. Go take them out.
I'm gonna go through the portal. Not that there's any point, but I'm gonna. Nope, there's no
Fight's
point.
over. Opposing
This
team
is-
killed their prime
The Stargate got shut down
allies
before I even
invading
got
the
there.
other side.
Yeah, alright. Say la vie. All I need is 3 matches completed. So actually, if the enemy team wins faster, as much as a person playing this game shouldn't say this, the faster the team wins, the faster I can not play this and switch over, and the faster I just complete my objective. As much as I love this game mode, like I would rather do strikes right now. But this is where I get my powerful gear. And I want to level up. I already hit the 570s. My goal is 600, because 600 I think is max light right now. And all the people I get killed by in PvP are all 600 light levels, so I want to try to keep up. Wow, you can take a lot of hits.
Hostiles at the tree.
Got you. Alright, let's go pay a visit to these hostiles. Whee! Blam! 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 Oh, so violent. What are we teaching our children? Why can't we give peace a chance, Cabal? Yep, that's the story, Molly. There we go. Did I kill him or did he teleport? Whatever.
You just hit the other side with a taken knife. That'll keep him busy. I spot a high-value target. Give him hell.
Where's the HVT? I see an HVT. I see a dead dude, which is me. Oh, I see the HVT. Alright, time to die for him. I could pop my super, but I don't want to. It's a waste of a super. Die! Ah. I died for that.
High value target eliminated.
Worth it. Worth it. I died for the kill, not for the points. Which kind of makes me a bad guy, I think. I don't think that makes me a good guy. That's worrying. It's a slippery slope. Trying to do the right thing for the wrong reasons. Or vice versa. That's more philosophy talk right there. Blam! Alright. I want that purple. Purple! Oh, I got you. Alright. If you guys have moats, deposit them. Because I want you to open the Stargate so I can go through. Oh, never mind.
Invader on the field. Careful. Incoming wave at the ruins.
Well, it's time to go hide, because we have an invader. I'll make him come to me versus anything else. So yeah, come to me, invader. See what happens to you. See how this works out. It's just, some might say this is a cowardly tactic, but I'll see him coming. And I will shotgun him right in the face.
Invaders
Yep, okay.
You'll get him next time.
Or not. Ah, no! No! Howl, I want to go through. Oh, I hate you. Suck. Suck. Alright, well, I'm going to dive to kill this HVT. For no reason besides I killed the guy who was glowing. And that makes me feel like a big man.
Small blocker to the other side.
Oh, we almost had a block party.
Your invader's back. One kill.
Blam! 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 Woo! Oh. Ow. Oh boy. I'm just gonna deposit my... Okay, or not.
Your enemy called up a prime evil. They kill it, they win. Portal's prime.
Okay, cool. Time to run.
You're being invaded. Find them before they find you.
Because they have an invader. They summon a primeval and then invade us. Where's the logic behind that? I don't understand the logic behind that decision making. I don't see a freaking invader.
Invader's gone.
Huh.
Get him next time.
Alright. Did the invader do anything?
Your invader's back, and they scored a kill.
Or did they just come over here to make us all sweat? That's possible. That is a tactic.
Small blocker to the other side. Portal's ready. Grab your gun.
I'm going through this time, guys.
This is what the Taken feel. Revel in this.
Oh, it wasn't reloaded.
That's one. That's two.
I got 2.
10 seconds and I pull you back.
I got 3. Ah. I got 3 of them. Ah, that was way better than I expected. Like, I hope the Stargate pops up again so I can go through. Yep, there we go. I'm trying to go. Ah, he went through immediately. Okay, that took away my fun. Well, I might as well pop everything I've got, even though it's not going to make a difference. Hey, so this will be 2 out of 3 matches, though. Nice. Come on. Oh, there he is. I'm like, where'd he go? Noble death. Noble death. Hey, I didn't level up, but I mean, I got an engram. That's actually really cool. Alright. So let's see if I was at least decent on my team. 2nd place on my team. So I was useful, even though I sucked. Yeah. I like some of these gamer tags though. Taco117 makes me think of Halo. And it also makes me hungry. So that's 2 really good things. Halo and food. Generally, video games and food tend to be the best combinations. I'll stand by that. Alright, let's break down some of this jazz that I got. That literally does like nothing. 556, 545. I'll get rid of the 545. Let's see. Alright, everything else looks good. And I'm 572. I've leveled up really fast over the past couple of weeks. Pretty happy about that, actually. Alright, and I should just need 1 more match in Gambit to knock out the weekly Gambit. So then I'm done with Gambit for the week. Nice. We're at 6 of 8 Guardians. Not terrible. The matchmaking is a little slow. It always is. But it's just something you learn to live with when you play Destiny enough. And sometimes it's practically frozen. Just sitting here watching my spaceship. Thinking to myself, God, I'm tired. Oh, I've been awake since yesterday. Ah. In like 3 hours I'll be asleep. Probably. More than likely. After I eat my snack, I will go to bed. Plays Jeopardy theme. That's what Destiny makes me feel like sometimes, Annie. It makes me feel like I'm just listening to the Jeopardy theme over and over again. Like, whenever I go into any form of matchmaking in this game, it's like the worst matchmaking I've ever encountered. And you've played a lot of video games, Hanny, so you've probably encountered your fair share of matchmaking. So that's saying something, that this is probably worse than most of that. I'd say the only way the matchmaking could be worse is if this was a game where that company no longer supported the multiplayer and so the servers got shut down. That's the only way the loading times could almost be worse, is because they would be non-existent. Also, I like the Jeopardy theme. Ba 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 ba. I like Jeopardy. I'm not very good at it, but I like it. I like game shows, actually. They're a good guilty pleasure when you're just in the mood to turn off your brain and just kind of enjoy things. You know, just get into the moment. You know, take the curtain. Take what's behind curtain number 2. Don't go for the box. You know, that kind of thing. Or for me, Price is Right, so I can guess what everything costs, because my mom and I are shoppers, so we like to try to guess the prices. It's really fun. Well, it can be. It doesn't sound fun, but I enjoy it. It actually sounds really boring the way I describe it. But I think that's just because I'm a little boring. Just a little bit. Ooh. I have not looked at my shaders in a long time. I need to get rid of some of these. That's really bad, actually. Oh, but I don't know if any of these are pretty. I don't want to break down anything that could be pretty. I don't think I like that shader. But I don't know. Ah! Curses. The curse of stuff in any kind of video game. You don't want to break it down because you don't know if you're going to want it or need it in the future. But that's also one of the things I love about video games, is collecting the stuff. Like, you should see my weapon collection in Skyrim, Hanny B. I have a cupboard next to my bed in Whiterun that is, for the size of the cupboard, which is not very big, it has enough weapons in it to arm like 16 armies. Like, and it's just weapons that I have emotional attachment to.
Ready to see what you're fighting today? Hi.
Hanny, I need to one of these days load up my old 360, because that's what I played my that's what I played Skyrim on. So all of my save data is still on my 360. I should load up my Skyrim one of these days and show you my cupboard. My cupboard is ridiculous. Like, I have an ingot collection that rivals anyone else's ingot collection in the history of Skyrim. Like, every time I go to a blacksmith, I just buy all of their ingots. Like, everything, even when I don't need them. Because I have so much money. Then I make weapons, I buy weapons, I loot weapons off the corpses. And because I don't need money, I just save all the weapons. It just added to my pile. For no reason, just except for to say I have it. I miss Skyrim. I want to play Skyrim again. I haven't played it in years, but that was a fun game. Maybe if I do play it again, I won't play it as a human. You know, maybe I'll play as like a lizard folk. Yes. I remember grinding to 100 smithing and 100 enchanting, Hanny, so that I could enchant like all of my stuff. Like, I enchanted a necklace and a ring, each one of which gave me a bonus to blacksmithing and enchanting. And as a result, I took advantage of the system. And I crafted gear and equipables that gave me like plus 1,400% like bonus to enchanting and plus 1400% bonus to smithing. So I basically made myself into like a god character because of how powerful I was. My what's it called? Not resurrection. My healing rate. I also did that by abusing alchemy, smithing, and enchanting. That might be what I'm thinking of. My healing rate. There's a term for it. And I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. Like the amount of time it takes my character to heal from injuries was also boosted like 1400%. So basically, like a dragon could spit fire right in my face, and I won't lose any health because it regenerates so quickly. I think it took me 2 sword hits to kill Alduin. 2 great sword hits. Like, that's how powerful my character became. I became so powerful in that game, I had to purposefully make myself weaker so that the game still had some challenge. And that was before I even got past Whiterun. Before I technically even warned the world about dragons, I was already that powerful. I'd already killed like 100 dragons before I even warned the world that the dragons were back and they were attacking. Oh god, I love that game. I love RPGs, Hanny. They're my favorite kind of games. You can just play them. It took me like 75 hours to start the main story beyond Whiterun. I think it took me a little bit longer to start the main story past Whiterun, but roughly something similar, Hanny. I can tell you for a fact what I did for the first probably 30 hours of Skyrim. So the way I was playing the game in initially was I was unlocking areas of the map so I could fast travel, and so I was unlocking all the cities. And what I was doing in those cities was becoming a master pickpocket. Because I was having so much fun being like a master thief, a master lockpick, and a master pickpocket. So I was just pickpocketing people and like stealing all their jewelry, selling it for a profit. I was pickpocketing bad guys in caves and stealing their weapons before they could attack me. And I was just having so much fun with it. It was ridiculous. And it got to the point where I could get to the Jarl's chamber without ever being seen. I could pickpocket the Jarl, take all of his clothes, take his weapons, take his jewelry, right in front of him with all of his people watching me, and they wouldn't notice. It was so stupid. But I loved it. It was amazing. And that's why I love RPGs, Hanny. That's why I get passionate about RPGs. Because you can play them so many different ways. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's so few people that would play it like that, but I have the option to play a game like that. And I love it. It just makes me happy.
Embrace the darkness. Take out those guardians.
Oh, your super just got unsupered, nerd. Oh, I've only got 10 seconds. Oh, he popped a super to stop me. Okay. God, I did so many things in Skyrim before I ever actually did anything important. Like, I spent those 30 hours leveling up my sneak and my pickpocket and all that. Like, before I even realized that I could become the leader of the Thieves Guild. And, like, so by the time I got to those quest lines, like, it wasn't even a challenge anymore. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, he got me. He was better with a rocket launcher.
I'm recalling.
I think his had tracking, so that gave him an advantage. But still, he's better. I'm not even trying on this match. I'm just thinking about Skyrim right now. It's like all I'm thinking about.
Embrace the darkness. Take out those guardians.
Like, I really fell in love with the game. I really did. I don't think I'm gonna get a kill this time around.
10 seconds left.
Got you. Ah, I almost got him.
I'm bringing you back.
Of course, he was just chasing me down with a sword. He can't fight me like a fight me like an actual guardian. In spite of how much time I spent in Skyrim, I've completed shockingly little. Hanny, it took me a very, very long time to finally power through the story. Because I think it was like 200 hours in. I was doing side missions, sure. Eventually I stopped just doing nothing and I actually started doing side missions and like owning property and whatnot. But eventually I got to the point where I'm like, I need to start actually playing the story. So killing dragons and whatnot. And I had to power through to Alduin so I could actually feel like I did something. So eventually I got to the point where it's like, yeah, I need to actually beat this game. So I did all the warnings on the missions, I did all the army things, I chose my allegiances, I killed the dragons as quick as I could, and then I just powered through to Alduin and just wiped him out. Just so I could actually say I beat the game. I finished the main story, but I have a ton of side content. Oh god. I have so much side content I need to do in Skyrim. I did the DLCs. So I did Dragonborn, I did the vampire one. I forget if there was the third one. But I did all the DLCs, I did the main stories, and I did a buttload of side missions. But here's the thing about Skyrim. You've probably noticed this. You do a side mission, you're probably going to unlock 2 more just by finishing that side mission. So like, is for all the side missions I did, I feel like there's still like 2 times as many that I haven't done. Which is why it'd be great to go back to Skyrim. Though I will not play as a half-elf. I think they are so arrogant in that particular game. Like whenever I talk to them in the cities, like they're just so mean to me. Like they look down on me. And I don't want them to be mean to me. I want them to like me.
Hostiles inbound at the beach.
Like the High Elves or whatever their empire is called. I think when I start streaming again, I may stream some Skyrim in alternation with Mass Effect. Nice, Handy. That's sort of what I try to do, where I try not to just stream one game at a time, and I try to get a little bit of variety in there. Even though I try to focus on one primary game, I try to have like 1 or 2 secondary games going on. So like, even though I'm still in the middle of my Mass Effect quadrilogy playthrough, I'm gonna call it a quadrilogy because Andromeda did exist. Like I finished the first 3 Mass Effect games, but technically I'm still in the middle of that. But I've also been playing Subnautica as a massive set of streams, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. So it's nice sometimes to give people a little bit of variety, and it's also good for us, Hanny, so that we don't play too much of one game. It's good to give ourselves a little bit of variety. I've discovered, so we don't get burnt out on a specific game. Like Skyrim, for example, I got a little burnt out on Skyrim after a while because I think I played too much of it. And the first version of this game that I'm playing right now, Destiny 1, I found myself playing a little bit too much of that game for a period of time there. And eventually I just burnt myself out on it. I didn't want to play it anymore. Like, not even didn't want to play it just because, like, it's like, oh, I'll get back to it. No, like, I never wanted to touch it ever again. That's how much I played it. So sometimes it's good to give ourselves a little bit of a respite. Though I am looking forward to you getting back to your Mass Effect. You were still on Mass Effect 1, right? When the last time you were streaming, Hanny?
Portals up. Go take
if
them out.
memory serves. I've been watching so much of Dragon streaming Mass Effect that sometimes it's easy for me to forget. Like you weren't on Mass Effect 2, were you? Okay, right before Vermeer. Nice.
Watch your back.
Yeah, Dragon has been doing a lot of Mass Effect 2. So I've been watching a lot of her lately.
Incoming wave at the ruins.
What was the last thing she did? She recruited Tali in Mass Effect 2. She did Garrus's loyalty mission, I believe. And I think she also did Thane's loyalty mission. Oh.
Invader down.
Woo.
Your allies are heroes.
If I had had one more shotgun round, I could have killed him. So you were right before Vermeer. So you were right before the big choice. So you were about to kill Rex, weren't you, Hanny? Oh, you monster! If you're truly a renegade, then you have to kill Rex. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That makes me sad on the inside. Like, I love Rex so much that makes me genuinely heartbroken. I'm dead because he has a sword. And this guy's a loser who won't just pull out a gun and shoot me. Wow. If he had pulled out a gun, he could have killed me, but instead he had to use his sword. I don't think I'll kill Rex. Rex himself is a pretty renegade character. Rex is such a renegade character. I made a lot of clips on my Twitch handy of me playing through Mass Effect 3. And a good chunk of them, like especially in the Citadel DLC, are just of Rex kicking butt. Or of Rex in like the actual campaign, just being a boss, saving his people. And I love Rex so much. He's so likable. Oh, that's so unfortunate for you. Oh, that's so unfortunate for you, too. Who else we got? Let's see if I can get to Dude. I don't think I will. Oh, I was so close. I was so close. I almost got a third. And I can utilize the Renegade option to keep him from dying. So I think it's Canon Renegade Shepherd to keep him alive. That's true. You can use the Renegade option to keep him alive. That is correct. I think that's how I kept him alive in my playthrough, Hanny. Is I just shouted at him until I convinced him that that the Krogan had to be destroyed. That the clones had to be destroyed. They aren't Krogan. Yeah, I just yelled at him and got angry, and eventually he saw my point of view. But I was so terrified going into Vermeer that I wasn't going to have enough Paragon or Renegade to save Rex. Like, I was genuinely terrified.
Opposing team summoned a prime evil. If they kill it, they win it.
Because that would have been the saddest thing in the world to me. Is not saving Rex.
You're invading. Make a mess.
I mean, he's not my favorite character, but he is among my favorite characters.
Reload.
Whatever.
I'm bringing you back. That's one.
I've had to think a lot about this over the years. And even though I don't think I can come up with an absolute favorite character, I can come up with the top 3. Garrus, Morden, and Rex.
Portal's ready.
Oh, you ranked your top 5 on Twitter. Nice. Yeah, it's incredibly hard. But if I had to put a top 5, I think I know what my top 5 would be. It would, and in no specific order because it's so hard to choose, and I love them all for varying reasons. But I know Morden, Garrus, and Rex are on the list, and then Tally would be on that list. And let's see, who else would be on a top 5? Tally would definitely be on that list. I would probably also put Legion on that list. I something about Legion's character really got to me. Like his line of "Does this unit have a soul?" always gets me misty-eyed. Like something about it is so heartbreaking and beautiful.
Portal's up. Go take him out. This is what the take.
Shepherd Commander, does this unit have a soul? Yes. Yes, he does. I got him.
10 seconds.
Oh, I'm a murderer.
1 minute left. It's close.
I did good on that one. Ooh. 5 Tally, 4 Garrus, 3 Jal. Interesting choice, Jal. 2 Caden, 1 Morden. Morden. There's a reason Morden is in my top 3. He is such an emotionally complex character. I love Morden so much. At first he comes off as cold and calculating and just nothing but like a crazy scientist who created a plague that helped, you know, almost destroy an entire species. But his loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2 really turned him around for me. Like when he was seeing the dead Krogan females. Yes, they're some of the most complex in the series. They're phenomenal. When he was looking in Malin's research, like his what he did, and when he came across the dead Krogan females, when he just opened up to Shepard about how it's just such a waste of life, and how even though he did understand the need for the genophage, like he didn't condone the idea of destroying an entire species. Like he did what he did to save life. Like he believed in it with all of his heart. All he ever wanted to do was protect life. And his loyalty mission, I fell in love with him. Like I already liked him as a character. He was quirky, he was interesting, he was fun to listen to, but that took him to a whole new realm of complexity in my eyes. And I fell in love with his character. And Mass Effect 3 continued that. With his insistence of trying to help Eve and the Krogan people, and trying to atone for his past. And then if you let him do the right thing, and you know you're a Paragon Shepard, and you let him do the sacrifice, that final moment of sacrifice is just so poignant and impactful and powerful, and it just gets me every time. Every single time. Now, Jal, Jal is probably my second favorite character in Mass Effect Andromeda, but I don't think Jal would make my top 5 in terms of Mass Effect. Like, Jal was one of the saving graces, I thought, for Mass Effect Andromeda. I actually really liked his character. I liked the Angaran, even if I did see the big twist coming from a mile away about the Angaran. I really liked them as a species. I liked their society, but in particular, I liked Jal. I thought he was actually a fun character. Yeah, okay. I didn't get to see the romance arc. I actually really liked his arc of not really trusting humanity, but still joining with us in order to kind of judge whether or not we could be trusted. Like, I liked his motivations for actually being on the ship. Not sure if he'd be as good without the romance. I had a bromance with Hanny, not with Hanny. I had a bromance with Jal. I don't know if that's sort of a romance. It's not. It's a non-romantic romance. But it was nice. I really enjoyed it. My favorite character in Mass Effect Andromeda, though, I don't even have to think about this. I really liked Vetra. I really liked Vetra. I thought she was a very strong character. I thought her family connections were strong. I thought she had an interesting story. I wish I had romanced her over PB. Really? Interesting. You know, I'm still on the fence, Hanny, if I'm going to play as a male or a female when I go into Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm leaning towards male because I tend to get stuck in my RPG gender stereotypes. So, like, since I'm a guy, I tend to play as a guy. But there's the slightest chance maybe I'll play as a female rider? I almost said Shepard. A female not Shepard. And maybe I'll romance Jal. That'd be fun. Alright, so I need to inspect my team and see if either of them is the same subclass as me. Shadao is Void.
We're approaching the temple, Petra.
Copy that.
And then I need to see if
Standing by.
Spade is Arc. If Spade is Arc, then I'm good to go. Nope, they're both Void. So that means I have to switch to Void if I want to progress towards this milestone. So I got to become a Night Stalker. I don't mind being a Night Stalker, but I'd rather be an Arc Strider. I really want to play males in Dragon Age to romance Morgan and Cassandra, but I hate playing non-female. See, you're like I am, Hanny. where you prefer to play your gender because it makes it easier to connect with the character. Like, it makes it easier to connect with the story and the interactions with the varying NPCs because you're responding as you would probably respond. Like, you know, I'm a guy, so I like to play as a guy so that I can respond appropriately.
Descend to the heart of the temple.
But part of me has always been tempted to play as like a femshep, for example, in the Mass Effect games, because I really want to romance. I'm talking weird. I really want to romance Garrus, and I really want to romance. Who's the other one I really want to romance? Thane. I really wanted to romance Garrus and Thane. Not in the same playthrough, but you know, I've always wanted to do it. I accidentally did romance Caden once. I didn't mean to, but it happened. I kind of ruined one of my relationships with, I think I was romancing Tali at the time. I think that was one of my Tali playthroughs. I was just having a conversation in Mass Effect 3 with Caden on the Citadel. We were having lunch or something. And we were having a friendly conversation. Like, I thought we were just trying to make amends. So I was just saying friendly things, like, I think of you too as, you know, I think really well of you too. And by the end of that conversation, it turns out we were dating. And I didn't realize that. I was just like, yeah, you're my buddy. And then I said something at the very end, like, I think of you the same way. And then we gave each other romantic looks. I'm like, did I just flirt with Caden? And then Tali, like, didn't want to date me anymore after that. And I'm like, alright, I'll own it. I made that choice. So I have romanced Caden once. I didn't necessarily mean to.
Clear the room. I'll get it working.
It wasn't bad, but it's just like, it wasn't what I intended to do. Now, I will say Caden has a great voice, so it's hardly the worst thing in the world. Press right trigger to throw an ally, to throw a relic. Okay, what do I do with these relics? Do I just kill with them? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm not sure I've ever played the strike. If I have, I don't remember it. And one of these days, Hanny, I gotta play Dragon Age. You know, one of these days I gotta play Dragon Age. I know I say it all the time, but like, it's a BioWare game that I haven't played, and that breaks my heart because I adore BioWare. Now, before I ever play Dragon Age, I know I want to play the Knights of the Old Republic games on stream. So, like, Dragon Age would be a little bit off in the future, but, like, because Knights of the Old Republic is what made me fall in love with BioWare in the first place, so I feel like I have to play those games on stream. I like Caden's romance, but he's probably the weakest romance I've done in a BioWare romance. Really? Interesting. I've had a couple of really strong BioWare romances. I had a really strong BioWare romance in the first Knights of the Old Republic. I thought the romance with, oh, what's her name? It's been a while since I played that game. With Bastila was actually really good. There's a romance you can do in Knights of the Old Republic 2 with a character called Handmaiden. That's actually pretty cool. There's actually a surprising amount of depth to it. Let's see, Mass Effect. I've always enjoyed the Liara and Tali romances. Trying to think if there. I enjoyed the PB romance in Andromeda. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. It was cute. It didn't have that much emotional depth, but it was cute. I still wish I'd gone for a different choice. In hindsight, I'd let my personal bias / love of Asari cloud my judgment, and I just picked the Asari. And I shouldn't have done that. It's the wrong thing to do. That's probably my biggest regret in my one Mass Effect Andromeda playthrough I've done, is that I chose PB as a romance. I don't mind her character. I like her character. I just don't think she's, I didn't find her romantically interesting. I would have much rather gone with Reyes. over PB. Like, Vetra would have been my first choice. Reyes probably would have been my second choice. He was actually a really good character. I don't know how you felt about him, Hanny, in Mass Effect Andromeda, but Reyes was actually a really cool character. There was a lot of fun in his missions and a lot of interesting, like, flirtation dialogue. And I did flirt with him. Of course I flirted with him. That's BioWare 101. You flirt with everybody. Alright, let's use the super I never use. Make some orbs for my teammates. I hope he dies before my orb runs out. Yay! I almost got my super back. How did that happen? That's cray-cray. Oh, lordy lord. Alright. Let's do this. You want to dance? I love dancing. I'll dance all day long. Ow. Reyes was awesome. Thank you. Yes. Reyes was a really good character. And a small part of me was really tempted to romance him. Because he had such great dialogue with Ryder. Like the mission where you have to steal the booze from the from whatever her name was, the warlord of whatever that planet was called. It's been a while since I played that game. I haven't played Mass Effect Andromeda since it came out, and I only played it for one time. It's the only BioWare game I didn't immediately replay after beating it. It's the first time I ever didn't replay a BioWare game immediately and do different choices. Yeah, what's her face? The ruler of that planet. She was like crazy, and she had those really sick dreads. You steal her booze, and you become like best friends with Reyes in the process. And the dialogue is so great. And the chemistry between the characters is pretty legitimate. They wrote that character really well. For as weak as they wrote so many of the characters in that game, they wrote Reyes really well. Reyes should have been a main character. Because he was more interesting than 90% of the main characters. Like, what were they thinking? Like, no offense to Gil, for example, but I found Gil to be quite boring. And, like, then you have Reyes, who's, like, so much more interesting, but you only get, like, 3 missions with him. Cora and Liam. Oh, Hanny. Oh, you just said the magic words. So rarely have I ever run into characters that were so uninteresting. There was only one time in the game, one single time in the game where I liked Liam, and it was during his loyalty mission. And I just call it a loyalty mission. I don't even know if that's what they called it, but it's in the mission where you have to hunt down that rogue Ket ship, and there's just some fun dialogue where like you're about to get blown out to space, and you're just being real sassy with him, and it's fun. But other than that, his character is the most boring Mass Effect character in existence. Like, there's nothing interesting about him in any way, shape, or form. All of his dialogue just feels really forced, which is not great. Cora, also, yeah, all she could talk about was either not being a Pathfinder or talking about how she was, like, trained by an Asari Huntress or something. What was that called? You know, I trained with an Asari Huntress. I think that was what it was called. But, like, she never shut up about it.
That's the witch. Remember, we're here to save her.
And I just wanted her to shut up most of the time. Like, her character did not do anything for me. Liam was more bland than a saltine cracker. Yeah, that's true. He was boring. Like, okay, this might sound mean to say, but Liam makes Jacob Taylor seem like the most interesting character in Mass Effect. Like, that is how boring Liam is he makes Jacob Taylor seem fun. And Jacob Taylor was not a fun character. Not by any means. Not by any stretch of the imagination. And I wanted to like Jacob, but Jacob to me is so unbelievably boring. There's nothing fun about his character, there's nothing interesting, there's nothing controversial. Yeah, okay. Caden had his boring moments, I'll give him that. Caden bugged me a lot in Mass Effect 2. When he wouldn't stop whining about, oh, you're with Cerberus now, I don't trust you. It's like, I'm Shepard, man. We went through all that together and you still don't trust me? So Caden did annoy and bug me in Mass Effect 2. But at the end of the day, I am always glad to have Caden in the Mass Effect trilogy. I enjoy his character. I love the voice actor that voices Caden. I'm a huge fan of the voice actor that voices Caden. Because he voiced Cartho Nassi in Knights of the Old Republic, and that was one of the standout characters of Knights of the Old Republic. But also, he's Jiminy Cricket on Once Upon a Time, and I'm in love with that show. So... Oh, dead. Like, he's live-action Jiminy Cricket on Once Upon a Time. So, I love him for that. But I also thought Caden was interesting. I agree with you. His biotic past was unique. Like, hearing about his story in the first game when you find out that he killed his instructor, that was interesting. Like, I thought that was compelling. And then his, like, trying to redeem himself in Shepard's eyes in Mass Effect 3, I thought was actually a good storyline.
Keep it up.
Like, he actually felt bad for not joining you in Mass Effect 2. And he thought that Shepard resented him as a result. I liked that. I thought that was a really interesting storyline. And then his whole storyline with becoming a Spectre was, even though they didn't do much with it, it was interesting. Yes! Okay, when I first started reading that, Hanny, and when you said Liam's backstory is, my first thought before I even read the rest of those lines after the periods was Liam had a backstory. Like, here's the thing that, in my opinion, is the sign of a badly written character, or a badly executed character, for that matter, is when you can't remember anything about a character. So, when I think about Liam right now, I literally can't remember anything about his past. And that is a terrible sign of a written character, because that means they wrote him so badly that nothing about him just stuck in the head. Like, I literally don't remember anything about his backstory. Just that he liked to make jokes. That's really sad. Like, I always test people about that in movies, for example. Like, when somebody says they really liked a movie, I'm like, okay, cool. Name somebody besides the main character in the movie. And if you can, then I will give you points. And they can't do it. And I'm like, then obviously, I mean, you can like the movie, but don't tell me that the characters were well written if you can't name any of the characters. That obviously means they did something wrong. Nice. Well, I don't actually know what I'm doing in this strike, so I'm just kind of to tag along. Do I have to throw it at him? Hey! I did a thing. I was useful. What the... What is going on? I don't even know what's happening in this strike. I think we killed her. She's dead, Jim. No, Liam and Cora were terrible, Hanny, and I agree with you completely. I didn't like either of their characters. I didn't find them interesting.
One need not be a chamber. One need not be a house.
Huh.
Where is Mara?
Yeah, I've never done this
Where
strike
is
before.
the Queen?
Interesting. Because I've never seen her before. Interesting. Okay. I'm sure they're mad at me because I was not very helpful in that strike. Like, I was the exact opposite of a useful teammate, because I was just so busy talking about BioWare and not shooting enemies that, yeah, I really didn't help. But yeah, Cora and Liam are terrible. Gil, even though he wasn't like a teammate, he was still part of the ship. I didn't think he was very interesting. I really liked the Asari Doctor on Andromeda. I don't remember what the ship was called. That's another thing. Like, if I can't remember the name of the ship, then obviously they did a bad job. Yeah, I liked the Asari Doctor. I liked her a lot, actually. Yeah, that's a terrible sign that you can't, like, if you can't remember the characters' names, then obviously BioWare did something wrong with making interesting characters. Like, just off the top of my head, without even thinking about it, Jack, Thane, Grunt, Zaid, Samara, Morinth. I'll throw Morinth out there. Like, Garrus, Tally, Morden, Arya Talok. I think I already said Grunt. Rex, Reeve, the Shaman for the Krogan, Malon. Like, I can remember so many characters from the Mass Effect games. Like, that's just Mass Effect 2. Like, God. But Jacob Taylor, Miranda Lawson, the Elusive Man, Admiral Anderson. Like, God, I can name so many characters from the original trilogy, but Andromeda was so forgettable. That was my biggest complaint about Andromeda, was that it was just so forgettable, and nothing you did really mattered. Yeah, Gil was the random mechanic, and I never cared about him. Like, I never really connected with him. And for that matter, I never really connected with the Solarian pilot either, whose name I don't remember. Like, their little rivalry was fun to listen to from time to time. Like how the pilot hated the engineer and the engineer hated the pilot. But outside of that, like, neither character really was, like, needed to be there. Neither character really did anything. And yeah, I don't remember the Solarian's name, and that's very sad. I thought Suvi was sort of an interesting character, but they didn't really do anything with her. Like, I thought she had the beginnings of an interesting character, and then that was it. So Suvi had potential, but they never went anywhere with it. And that was a little sad. That was a letdown. Other characters. I'm struggling to remember Andromeda characters. Like, I'm genuinely struggling. Vetra, I thought was a strong character. PB, I thought was a fun character. I can't say she was a strong character. Jal, I thought was an interesting character. I'm on the fence about whether or not he was necessarily a good character, but I thought he was one of the more interesting parts of Mass Effect Andromeda. He was one of the things that kept me as engaged as I was.
To a hydroelectric plant nearby. A plant that was already infested with
These takers are surprisingly well coordinated. We couldn't get close. Forget the
crap, the Krogan. I loved him. I can't remember his name. Oh, that's so sad. What was his name? I have to Google this.
What we can do.
His character was actually, he had some of the best dialogue in the game, and I can't remember what his name was. He was the old crotchety Krogan. Drac. Drac has my favorite moment in Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'm sad that I forgot about Drac. Like, I'm going to admit that right now. I'm heartbroken that I forgot about Drac, because I actually really liked him while I played the game. My favorite moment in Mass Effect Andromeda, Hanny. I don't know if you had this scene or not, because I don't know what differs depending on gender choices and various game choices. But my rider got into a big bar fight with Drac, and we just knocked out everybody, and it was like the most fun I had in the game. It was so stupid. And you could either win or lose the bar fight too, depending on whether or not you make all the prompts. And I had a lot of fun with that. I reloaded the save so I could lose the bar fight on purpose, just to see what that was like.
One of my teams reported taken energy infecting the water supply.
I forgot about Drac. That makes me so sad. Because I liked him while I played, but I guess he was forgettable. Because I forgot about him after. sad. This is why I need to play Mass Effect Andromeda again. I need to be reminded of everything they did in Andromeda.
Then we know how to
Oh!
do this.
Here's another problem I had with Andromeda, Hanny. This was a huge problem. This is something that I noticed from like the first mission of the game. So, Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 1 immediately gripped the character by giving them a compelling reason to go on this journey. So, they gave you Saren Arterius right out of the gate, who was a compelling villain to hunt. Like, you wanted to learn more about Saren. You eventually got a compelling reason to stop Saren. Like, at first it's just because he's standing in your way of being a Spectre. And then it turns into you're actually trying to save life and, you know, stop this terrible atrocity from happening. And Saren was actually a really well-written character, I thought. Like, by the end of the game, I actually feel sorry for Saren. Like, even though I still kill him, I genuinely feel sorry for him. And then cut to Mass Effect Andromeda, and they give us the Archon. And there are some people who say that a hero is only as good as his villain. And there's a lot of debate about whether or not this can or can't be true depending on circumstances. But in this case, the Archon, I didn't care. I didn't care who he was. I didn't know what his motivations were. I don't think they ever properly explained what his motivations were. And that's a terribly written villain just right there. Like, if at the end of the game I couldn't really tell you what he was trying to do. But, like, I don't know anything about his backstory. I don't know his motivations. He never got any compelling dialogue. Like, I didn't care about the Archon. And so because I didn't care about the villain, I didn't care about the mission. I didn't care about the quest to stop him. So I didn't have that Saren Arterius moment. I didn't have the, like, Collector's moment where it's like Harbinger. It's like, I want to stop this prick from stealing human colonies. It's like, here's this vague enemy with vague motivations. Go hunt him down because we tell you he's bad. It's like, that's not enough for me. Give me a reason why I should hate this villain. You know, give me a reason to want to take down this villain. Henny, did you ever play the Knights of the Old Republic games at all? Just out of curiosity. Because I know you have quite the library of video games. Because I'm gonna cite the villain from the first Knights of the Old Republic game here. Did you ever play that game though? Because I don't want to like spoil anything if you ever plan to play it. But I definitely want to reference him as being a magnificent villain. Like, absolutely magnificent. I own them though. Don't worry about spoilers though. Okay, so in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, there's a rogue Jedi that right out of the gate, they show him doing bad things, sure, but like right out of the gate, in the very first mission of the game, you do a lot to save a lot of people and do a lot of good on a certain planet, and then he comes along and just undoes like everything you did. Like, basically commits an act of mass genocide that practically undoes everything you do for the first like 12 hours of the game. And it gives like the player such a motivation to want to stop this character. And like, it makes you want, like, just from that sheer act, from the sheer impact of what he does. It's just like, I am invested now in this game. I want to see this character stop. I never had that with the Archon. Like, I had that with Saren. I had that with Darth Malak in Knights of the Old Republic. And then, of course, as Knights of the Old Republic went on, they also fleshed out Darth Malak's character and made him a tragic character. And that made me like him even more as a villain. And the same thing with Saren Arterius. Like, they fleshed him out and made him a really tragic character who honestly didn't realize that he was indoctrinated. But with the Archon, it's just like, oh, humans, I don't like you. We are perfection. It's like, okay, whatever. It's a terrible villain. Aside from the fact that Mass Effect Andromeda had a terribly written story that I can't even remember, it had terribly written characters and a terrible villain. So it had nothing going for it outside of the Mass Effect name. That's the only thing it had going for it, was that it had that name recognition behind it. But they didn't put any love into the game, and that's the sad part. And it's not really BioWare's fault. That's the worst thing. BioWare's name is getting slung through the mud, and it's not actually their fault. You know, they put a bunch of new people who didn't have enough gaming experience or game creation experience onto the development team for Mass Effect Andromeda, and they put all of their good seasoned people on the new BioWare IP that they're working on, Anthem. And so as a result, everyone working at Andromeda didn't really know what they were doing. And yeah, they rushed development, they minimized the assets in favor of Anthem, and they took off all of their lead people in order to work on Anthem. And they gave so many people without the experience the reins to one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises in video game history. And just they just weren't ready. They didn't know what they were doing, and they didn't get enough time to properly develop the game, given the resources and experience that they had. And unfortunately, this is what makes me sadder than anything else. BioWare, their name gets slung through the mud as a result of this, and it's not really their fault. It's heartbreaking. Like, it was the saddest video game news I have read in the past few years when I read that Mass Effect Andromeda wasn't going to be releasing any DLC, because that basically meant that Mass Effect Andromeda killed the Mass Effect franchise. That was such a sad thing to read. Because I was looking forward to Andromeda fixing a lot of their problems with the DLC. Like maybe giving us a good story or giving us something memorable. And like with the Quarian arc, for example, which was going to be the DLC. And we never got it, and I was hoping they'd fix a lot of the problems. Like, they could have fixed the facial animation. They could have added a legitimate story with some new characters. Or fleshed out the old characters. Ooh, I got an exotic sparrow. Hello,
My Cora and I
lady.
will investigate. Meanwhile, contamination is clearing across the region.
Nice. I remember when Anthem was announced, and I was like, that explains so much. Yeah, I had the same thought, Hanny. I had the exact same thought. Where it's like, oh, they were putting all of their work into this new IP. Oh, that explains everything. And one thing that also had me worried about Andromeda during development, aside from the fact that the development kept getting set back over and over again, one thing that really worried me in the development of Mass Effect Andromeda was how many times they fired their lead writer. It's like, that is a really bad sign right there. If you're trying to sell me on a well-made, cohesive game. They went through so many writers. It's terrible. I think I could knock this one out real quick. Let's do one of the daily heroic story missions. Knock that out super fast. I think I have enough time for that. Ooh. 576. Ooh, that's good. I will equip you, yes. Because you're really powerful.
Zavala abandoned her and the survivors. Now that
now I'm 573. Slash hiccup.
stayed, yes, we could help them survive.
576.
But
Oh,
Zavala
everything's
really
better.
is
Oh.
building a counteroffensive on
574.
We can save
Oh
them
my
all
god.
and take back the city.
I leveled up a lot today. I went up 4 points just today. That's really good. $544. And the main ingredient is actually a good fusion rifle. It's a fun weapon. I like it. Threat detector. That's a terrible perk. Higher damage but slow charge time. Ugh, I don't like that. Yeah, I'll stick with it. See if it's any good. I might even hate it. Who knows? It's been a while since I've used fusion rifles. It's just a story mission, though. I could literally use a pea shooter and I could beat a story mission.
Vanguard Fleet, Guardian Ship 723 is on approach. We received your beacon and we're ready to join
I will
the
admit, though, Hanny,
Guardian ship.
I am intrigued by Anthem.
It's too late.
As much as I am bummed out that they really undercut Andromeda as a result of Anthem, I'm still looking forward to seeing if it's going to be a fun game. I know my best friend and his cousin are planning on playing a lot of it, so I'm probably going to be playing with them. Just as a result of I'm going to have friends who are going to be playing it. So I'm really hopeful that it will at least give us a really good Bioware experience. And I'm hoping it also gives us a really strong new intellectual property to enjoy. Because as much as I love sequels and, you know, like reboots and all that, sometimes it's nice to get something new and fresh. Like when Mass Effect first came out, I remember being blown away by how like original it felt.
Commander, we're here to help.
It felt like such an amalgam of so many different sci-fi franchises I've seen in my life, but like with a tone all its own.
We have our light back.
Under normal circumstances, Hanny, I would wait for reviews first. But if it wasn't for the fact that my my best friend and his cousin were going to get it like day one, and I really want to play with them, so that's the only reason I'm not going to wait for reviews. Otherwise, I would absolutely wait for reviews. And then I would make a... The odds are I'd probably get the game no matter what, but if the reviews weren't exactly favorable, I'd probably wait for a big sale before I bought the game.
Send the hive back to
Like 60% off or something like that.
Be careful.
Because I'm very frugal when it comes to video games. I was actually telling somebody at work today about your plan, Hanny, and they liked it. Where it's like a 1-to-1 ratio on gaming, and I really need to adopt something similar. And they're like, "Wow, that's actually really smart." I should do that. Alright, I don't need to fight these guys. These guys are not a threat. Yeah, normally I wait on reviews first, but if I end up playing it like day one, I might just write a review. Like I might do like one of those review in progress things, and even do like a review stream of Anthem just to give my 2 cents.
Copy that. Keep pushing forward.
Yep.
Commander,
I used to be a writer. I used to love doing it.
We'll be outside the city gates in no time.
I wrote for years on my college newspaper, and I became the entertainment editor because I wanted to write reviews. I was the photo editor and I was the entertainment editor, Hanny, and I became the entertainment editor solely because I wanted to write movie and video game reviews. Like that was the only reason. Because I have a lot to say, and I like to say them. I was an English major, so I decided I wanted to find a way to keep writing and made a blog. Nice. Oh, where am I going? Okay, there we go. I was never an English major, but I always loved English. I always loved English classes. I loved writing. I loved writing assignments. I loved all the like reading assignments we would get. Even if I didn't always love the specific books, I always loved just reading. So, so when it came to time for me to choose some of my extra classes in college, journalism came up real fast. And it was one of my favorite experiences in my college career was my journalism. I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. The problem is I just never really did anything with my journalism like certificates.
Clear the area so we can move in.
I probably should have. Yeah, I just never did. I've been thinking about because I'm on such a video medium more than anything else, and I don't know if I would have the time to manage a blog or create a website. I have been thinking about maybe starting doing like video logs on like certain topics, Hanny, like reviews, for example, like actually editing down a video log, writing out a script, and writing out my opinions, and then like actually just like releasing those, like streaming them on Twitch, and then releasing them on YouTube, and just seeing if people actually care. Basically, just seeing if people are interested in what I think about video games, or like what my opinions are on like technical issues, graphical issues, the development issues, or my defense of like stories versus like everyone else hated the story, but here's why I liked it. That kind of thing. I've been thinking about it, but I just don't know if I... Yeah, I just don't know if I would have time to do it. That's the thing. But I've definitely been thinking about it. With everything I watch and everything I play, I always have 30,000 opinions on everything. So I feel like I should write those down and actually start doing something with them. And looking at your blog was actually one of the things that kind of made me think, like, I should actually start doing something like Hanny. Like, I wouldn't be as good as you, but I should do something, you know? I think it would be fun.
So it looks like we're standing in some kind of hive breeding ground.
It's like a... I don't know. It looks like something that I would enjoy. And I suppose I could always put like my own twist on it too. Like instead of stars, I could be like turtle shells. Like I'd give this one 5 out of 5 turtle shells or something stupid like that. Yeah, mainly that's the thing, Hanny, is I need more creative outlets. Like video games are great as just like a communication outlet. That's why I love Twitch. It's a great way for me to just like talk through what's going through my head and have good conversations with people. And meet new and interesting people like you, Hanny, like Lemon Whiskers, like Dragon, like Opti. But like, as fun as this is a great entertainment outlet for me and a great conversation outlet. But it isn't really a creative outlet because I'm not actually creating anything. I'm just playing other people's stuff, and I love doing it, and I'm never going to stop doing it. Provided I ever have a choice. But I would love to make something like more significant, and I feel like it'd be a good creative outlet. But I'm definitely gonna have to put a lot of thought into it before I do it. Because I would do a lot of different kinds of reviews. I would do TV show reviews because I'm such a fan of stories, Hanny, that I would do. The WordPress game blog community is really friendly. I've met a few people through their WordPress blogs, Hanny, and so far all the people I've met through there have been incredibly nice and friendly people. Like there was one person, she writes, I think her name is Strange Girl Gaming, and I think she uses WordPress, and she was like incredibly nice. She comes off as very friendly and nice. And then there's you, Hanny. There were a couple others. I'd have to actually look up their names off the top of my head to be a couple others.
We cleared the nest, heading to the control.
But it seems like a very friendly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Cool. I'm glad that. Yeah. She's incredibly friendly, incredibly personable, and she's a good writer too. Granted, I've noticed a few little nitpicks here or there on her writing, like spelling and grammar. But other than that, that's just the editor in me who's just like, oh, she put one too many things here. Like, there's an extra O in that word. Oh, I hate that. But it's no, she actually. I like the way she writes her opinions. But yeah, if I ever did it though, I wouldn't just be a gaming reviewer. I would have to talk about anything that I'm passionate about, and I love stories so much that like I don't care what medium the story comes to me. So like if I read a good book, maybe I'll do book reviews. If I watch a good TV show, like what show did I watch recently and I got obsessed with it? Altered Carbon. I watched Altered Carbon a couple of months ago, and I was like obsessed with it. And I would love to have written my review on that. And then there's movies. I'm like such a movie like nut that like I could talk for days about movies. I've seen thousands and thousands of movies. Oh yeah, you should. I'm surprised you actually haven't done book reviews, Andy, because I know how many books you read. You read a lot of books. Actually, I was going through a bunch of my old books the other day, and I found a bunch of books that I read in high school that I haven't read since. I was thinking about rereading them and like doing like my own little like 5-page essay on them just for fun. Which shows how messed up I am that I do I would make my own essay for fun. Like, what's wrong with me? But I think it would be fun. Like to reread the Jurassic Park book, for example, which is like my favorite book, and to like actually do a proper, comprehensive review of why I think it's such a great Michael Crichton book. That was one of the books I found in my old books the other day, was my old Jurassic Park book. I still owned it. Ooh, or Alice in Wonderland. I found my old Alice in Wonderland book. I haven't read that one for forever. Would love to reread that. Through the Looking Glass. And then also, even though I'm not that big, I love comic books, but I don't actually read that many comic books. I more just like love comic book characters. But I have been known to occasionally pick up a storyline in a comic book and read through it, so I could talk about it with my best friend. I could even do like comic book reviews if I ever actually did make a blog. Like for me, it would be like anything I wanted to review, I would just review it. Like I would just be a generalist, kind of like. So if you're here for only video game reviews, you know, you might be waiting a while. Unfortunately, Handy, I know you wouldn't like this. I would be giving Breath of the Wild a 9.5 out of 10. It's a freaking masterpiece. Personal opinion. I thought it was such a masterpiece. It blew me away. It like made me cry. It was so good. But again, that's just my opinion. Like there was one scene where I actually got teary-eyed because it was so good. Like, oh. There was like a specific cutscene that really got me. I'm just like, oh, this is so sad. Oh God. Alright, so I died on a story mission. That's embarrassing. Nobody should die in a story mission. Yeah, they're so easy. But yeah, if you ever wrote oh God, I'm getting squeaky voiced. That's how you know I've been talking too much today. If you ever write any book reviews, I would love to read some of those. Like I still got to go through your blog and see read some of your reviews. In fact, while I'm uploading my this stream to YouTube today, I'll have a little bit of time. I think I'll read some of your stuff. I was gonna get around to that yesterday, and then I remembered that I had to be up at 10:30 p.m. and I'm like, oh, I don't have time. I have to go straight to bed. If I want to be functional at work, I have to go straight to bed. Oop, where are you? There you go. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, why would you people fight me? I'm so much more powerful than you. I thought I was an Arc Strider. That was a waste of a super. I need to figure out a better review format. I haven't written any proper reviews in a while. Interesting. Well, okay. It's not that I whiffed my super. I mean, yes, Opti. I did whiff my super. So, for Milestones on strikes in Destiny 2, they changed it with Forsaken. So you have to complete a strike as long as... you have to be in a strike with somebody of the same element. And the last 2 strikes I was in, they were both void, so I had to switch out to void. So I forgot to switch back, which is where I whiffed more than anything else. I thought I was an Arc Strider, and I was just gonna bow staff the crap out of him. And then I ended up firing the bow off the map, and I'm like, oh, cool. That was fun. Oh, that sucked. Opti, you... Do you want me to push Far Cry Primal back, Opti? Do you want me to push it back a game or 2? Oh. I added that on my list after Horizon Zero Dawn, but I could push it back past Knights of the Old Republic. I could do that. I have such a list of games, and it's taken me forever to get to them. Alright. That's my daily heroic story. So let's watch the cutscene with Zavala. This is much love. Opti, you're awesome. You're a cool guy, Opti. Zavala! The only part of the game where he's actually a good character. He becomes such a whiny baby in Forsaken, and I hate it.
If the light can find its way back to you.
And he's such a whiny
Perhaps
baby in
there's hope for
Warmind
us
also.
all.
They really hurt his character in the last couple of DLCs.
Our numbers will continue to dwindle.
You do not know the glory of riding on a
We
saber
can no longer
with a
protect
fiery mace
ourselves,
sending
much less
mofos
the
flying while the
survivors.
saber eats another. I know similar glories. Maybe not that specific
light.
glory, but I know some
We
some
guardians
glories.
anymore?
I rode on top of a Karagor with an orc inside of my mouth once. Not my mouth, but the Karagor's mouth. While I had another dude's
last long with
head
Ed
severed
Jones.
on my sword.
Wave
That
energy
was a pretty great
converters
moment
power
too.
the station.
With a dragon,
But thanks to
like
the hive,
shooting fire down
they'll
behind
need
me, so it looked even epic.
attention.
We can take care of it.
So that was a pretty
Yes.
good gaming moment.
I believe you can.
Yeah, Zavala was a good character in the vanilla story for this campaign. Because they brought him down to our level, they made him weaker, they showed that he was flawed, that he was scared. Like, they actually made his character a pretty good character. But, well, in the vanilla campaign, Opti, I actually thought they made him a pretty strong character because they actually gave him something to relate to. And then ever since the vanilla campaign ended and he got his light back, in the Warmind DLC, he was just a worrying father figure type who just whines the entire time and never trusts anybody. It's just like, oh, we're not going to do this because I don't trust them, blah, blah, blah. And then in Forsaken, he refused to go get revenge for Cade because, like, we have to be guardians. It's like, no, he was your friend. Get revenge for him. Get mad. Like, everything about his character since the vanilla campaign for Destiny 2 has bugged the hell out of me. But he was a great character in the vanilla campaign. But they at least improved the Warlock, Ikora. Ikora, I hated her in the vanilla campaign. I mean, okay, I liked her and I hated her. But she got better in the DLCs. Like, I loved her in Forsaken. She had some of the best dialogue in Forsaken. And Cade is amazing, so Cade's always Cade. He wouldn't trust his own hand on his pee-pee to get him. Okay, yeah. Well, okay, Opti, he is a guy, so he would trust that. Because if there's one thing guys can figure out, it's that. I'm just saying. That's the one thing that universally guys can figure out. And on that perky note, unfortunately, I think that's going to have to be where I'm going to call my stream for the day. Because usually Wednesdays and Thursdays are when I have to do short streams because of work. Work really gets in the way. And so I have to end my streams early and start my streams early. So, Opti, unfortunately, you hopped in at the very end of my stream. Sorry about that. But thanks for stopping by, though. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody that stopped by. And I want to give a super special shout out to Hanny B Games, also Opti, but a special one to Hanny B Games for keeping me company through pretty much this entire short stream. Like, you made it so much more entertaining and fun. like talking about BioWare and characters and video games and writing and like. So thank you for keeping me company, Hanny B Games. That meant a lot. If it wasn't for you, Hanny, I would have had nobody in my chat for like 95% of this entire stream. So thank you so much, Hanny. You are such a sweetie pie. So yeah, anybody watching, check out Hanny B Games. If you've been watching this video at all, then her name pops up in the top middle of the screen repeatedly throughout the stream because she was regularly active in chat. But check out her Twitch. Like she isn't streaming much right now, but she does stream, so keep an eye out for her. She is a really fun to watch streamer and a super nice human being. And also check out her Twitter. I think it's just at HannyBGames, and read some of her stuff because she deserves it. But yeah, let me just do my closing statements for my stream though. So yeah, if you're watching this on Twitch, check out my YouTube channel. The channel name is Existential Turtle. I archive all of my past streams there, so if you ever can't watch my stuff live, that's a great way of catching up with my content. And you could also fast forward boring bits, which is the great thing about YouTube. Or if you ever just need background noise, that works too. And if you're watching this on YouTube, check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/Existential Turtle. I stream daily. Usually from 2 to 6 p.m., but days like this and yesterday, work makes it so I have to stream earlier and for less time. So yesterday I streamed from 12 to 2, and today I'm streaming from 12 to 2. So unfortunately, I can't do my normal streams on days like this. But for the most part, I tend to stream from 2 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's usually when you can find me. But I stream every day though, so you get daily content from me. And Brain Bash, I'm not going to bed. I will be going to bed very soon for work, but I'm ending my stream so I can give myself a little bit of time to make myself a meal, to feed my puppy. You stay fucking beautiful too, Opti. I gotta get food in my belly. I gotta upload my stream to YouTube. I gotta do a couple of errands around the apartment before I go to bed. Yeah, I just gotta do basic like adult things before I go to bed. But thanks for stopping by, Rain Bash, even if it is at the end of the stream. Oh, never mind. You've been lurking. I always appreciate lurks, Rain Bash, so that means the world to me. So thank you. Thank you so much for the view. I appreciate that. But yeah, the only closing thing I think I got distracted by Rain Bash is, yeah, if you ever want updates on when I'm going to be streaming and what I'm going to be streaming, check out my Twitter, at Easton Roscoe. It's in the bottom right of the screen. I always give a little bit of a post beforehand when I'll be streaming and what game it'll be. So that's probably the best way to get updates on this channel. So yeah, I hope everybody has a good afternoon because it's so early. And let's go see if I have anybody online to raid right now. Unfortunately, being so early in the day, I might not. Let's see. Not really. I mean, there's small streamers connect, but I've never actually watched their stuff. I mean, I guess I could raid them, but I don't really know. I don't want to raid people if I don't know what their content is like, because I've actually had bad experiences raiding people, and then we get over to their channel, and it's actually something that I don't like. Like one time I raided somebody in Mass Effect on the recommendation of a couple of my viewers, and the person was rude and like ignored the chat entirely, and his friends were rude to the people that popped into the chat. So I don't raid people if I don't know who they are, so I'm not going to raid that random person. But so yeah, no raid today. But I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon, and I will see you in the future. Peace.